In the record-breaking 2024 Formula One season, 24 Grand Prix are set to be staged, with 8 of them, 1/3, taking place on street tracks or incorporating public roadways within the circuit. And F1 has just revealed another street circuit. In 2026, there will be a new addition to that list in Madrid, as the Spanish capital has agreed to a multi-year arrangement to host F1 at the IFEMA entertainment complex near Barajas Airport. And this has led to disappointment among fans and drivers. If you look back to the 2016 season, the last one before Liberty Media took over F1, there were just 5 street races, with the Baku race joining the long-standing Australian, Monaco, Canadian and Singapore events. One important feature for Liberty Media was to deliver F1 to so-called destination cities throughout the world, and Miami and Las Vegas met that condition as the series saw a post-pandemic surge and demand for F1. But why are city circuits popular in Formula One, at least popular for Liberty Media? Conventional road tracks across the world frequently have the disadvantage of being located in the middle of nowhere, well outside the city limits. Take, for example, the Hungaroring, which is around 25 kilometers outside of Budapest, or the recently abandoned French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard, which is about 45 kilometers from Marseille. This adds additional time and money to what is already a significant investment to attend a Grand Prix, and racing on a city circuit makes it significantly simpler for people of all physical abilities to attend F1 rather than struggling to go to a pitch in the middle of nowhere. Because of the nature of road courses, fans are frequently far away from close-up action, but in street races in city centres they are almost on top of the cars as they snake through the city. After all, the notoriously misquoted statement from the 1989 Kevin Costner film Field of Dreams goes, "Build it and they will come." And thus the Formula One Spanish Grand Prix will move to Madrid in 2026 under a 10-year deal, leaving the rival Barcelona venue scrambling for a spot on the schedule. With Madrid's new arrangement, the event's future at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, where it has been since 1991, is uncertain. However, it is thought that the Barcelona authorities are still debating the future, and that a second event in the nation has not been entirely ruled out. But for the Madrid Grand Prix, a hybrid 5.47-kilometer circuit including street and non-street parts will be developed around the IFEMA Fairgrounds and Conference Facility, located to the northeast of the city. The layout, which is still subject to FIA clearance, will include 20 turns and an anticipated lap time of 1 minute and 32 seconds. It will also include F1's premium paddock construction. The facility, which is easily accessible by public transit, will have an initial capacity of 110,000, which will be raised to 140,000 over the first half of the contract. IFEMA, which opened in 1991, is operated by a consortium of public bodies comprised of the Madrid City Council, 31%, the Madrid Regional Administration, 31%, the Madrid Chamber of Commerce, 31%, and the Montemadrid Foundation, 7%, indicating that the local authorities are fully committed to the F1 project. The venue's manager stated in July that a contract had been reached, but F1 insiders argued that nothing had been inked. The 10-year contract follows the trend of long-term race contracts, with Madrid joining Australia 2035 and Bahrain 2036 as those with the longest durations. Between 1968 and 1981, the event was held 9 times at the Jarama racetrack in Madrid. Madrid is an incredible city with amazing sporting and cultural heritage, and today's announcement begins an exciting new chapter for F1 in Spain, said Stefano Domenicali, Chief Executive Officer of F1. I would like to thank the team at IFEMA Madrid, the regional government of Madrid and the city's mayor for putting together a fantastic proposal. It truly epitomizes F1's vision to create a multi-day spectacle of sport and entertainment that delivers maximum value for fans and embraces innovation and sustainability. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem stated that the venue will have a strong emphasis on sustainability. Modern F1 cars racing on a new circuit in the Spanish capital city of Madrid is an enticing prospect, he remarked. As we build towards the introduction of the FIA 2026 F1 regulations, which have been framed with net zero carbon by 2030 in mind, it is pleasing to see that the local organisers have placed a sharp focus on environmental sustainability in their plans for the event. As is customary, the proposed circuit will be subject to FIA homologation and safety checks and calendar approval by the World Motorsport Council. José Vicente de los Mozos, president of the executive committee of IFEMA Madrid and the guy who claimed the agreement was finalized last summer, stated that the race will serve as a reference for the sport. "Our dream of hosting a major F1 event around IFEMA Madrid has come true," he said. "We are thrilled to announce the return of F1 to Madrid after more than 4 decades. We have the ambition to organize a Grand Prix that will become a reference in the F1 worldwide calendar, specifically conceptualized and designed to offer a distinctive and unique experience for both fans and teams participating in the competition." With this, Madrid wants to deep dive into the development of a new concept that combines sport and entertainment, while delivering a memorable event. The president of the region of Madrid, Isabel Díaz Ayuso, highlighted the expected economic benefit on the city. "We are the main engine of Spain's prosperity and progress," she said. "This event, which we expect to be followed on a global scale by 70 million people, will represent an increase of more than 450 million euros in Madrid's GDP per year and the creation of 8,200 jobs. The community of Madrid is a region with a great international projection, open, plural and competitive, and F1 will contribute to further consolidate the Madrid brand among the best in the world." According to City Mayor José Luis Martínez Almeida, F1 is a unique chance to showcase Madrid's potential and accelerate its modernization. "I am confident that Madrid will be up to the task, not only because we deserve a spectacle of the magnitude of F1, but also because F1 deserves a city with the energy, character, and passion of Madrid." But Madrid's arrival does not definitely mark the end for Barcelona. The event has been held at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya since 1991, but it became clear last year that Madrid was scheduled to take over hosting the Spanish Grand Prix. However, Barcelona might still qualify for a second race in Spain. The country has previously supported 2 events, the European Grand Prix in Jerez in 1994 and 1997, and later in Valencia from 2008 to 2012. The difficulty is that future calendar spaces are becoming increasingly scarce as more venues sign long-term agreements. For the avoidance of doubt, and to clarify here, the fact we are in Madrid is not excluding the fact we could stay in Barcelona for the future, Domenicali said. Looking ahead, there are discussions in place to see if we can really extend our collaboration with Barcelona, with whom we have a very good relationship, for the future. Domenicali highlighted that F1 remains popular in Spain, which presently has 2 drivers on the grid, twice world champion Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz. "Spain was a market that just a couple of years ago was not in the center of our eyes," he went on to say. "Now it is very important. We signed a new deal with Spanish broadcaster DAZN until at least the end of 2026. It's a nice problem to have multiple cities, some in the same country, wanting to host a Grand Prix. It shows the value of our proposition, but we need to keep focused on the reason for our success and make sure we aren't complacent." The Italian emphasized that the campaign for a race in Madrid reflected the series' general health, with many potential host cities expressing desire in participating in an increasingly demanding schedule. He also admitted that a high-profile new site in Europe defied the trend that has seen the series grow in the United States and Middle East. "It's great news for F1 as it shows once again that there is strong appetite around the world for our sport. It shows that at a moment where Europe is perceived to be a place that is not ready to invest in our sport, Madrid and others are showing it is." They have presented a fascinating project, one that will be built in the next couple of years, and a project that is considering the fans and their whole experience, from their travel to the whole event experience. "The proposition we received from the promoter was great. Since the first day, it has been an open discussion of what this event can be." Domenicali also emphasized the length of the Madrid contract, stating that only Bahrain, whose relationship with F1 extends until 2036, now has a longer term. "I'm very pleased that it's a deal that takes us to 2035. It's a long time," he said. "This is the objective as F1, with either new or more established promoters. It allows everyone involved to plan the future and invest in the future, as it is a guarantee for the promoter, for our partners, for our teams and for our sport. It gives everyone long-term visibility. If you look at the past, the renewals were 2 years, 3 years or 5 years maximum. Now, all our new deals are going in the direction of being very long, and if they are short, there is a reason." But the revelation that Madrid would take over the Spanish Grand Prix from Barcelona in 2026 raises questions about the latter's long-term viability. On the other hand, nations like Brazil, Australia and Hungary also have long-term contracts that extend until the mid-2030s. When we look at the circuits with long-term F1 contracts, we see significant quantities of money among them. Countries like as Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and Bahrain pay exorbitant fees to secure some of the most coveted places on the calendar, including the opener and finale. Some other interesting Grand Prix include those in Las Vegas and Miami. Miami has collaborated with the organization, and F1 co-owns the event in Las Vegas. There is a contract until 2025, but Vegas has already granted F1 rights to compete in Sin City until at least 2032. What are your thoughts on the new addition? Is it a good one? Or could we do without a Madrid GP? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.